The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
This message is brought to you by Abercrombie Kids, where the activewear is made for every summer activity, so your mini-me can bring their personal best. Summer days are always an adventure, from day camp to rec leagues and pool days. Abercrombie Kids has the shorts, tees, and swim to keep them comfy and keep up with them. Get everything for the entire summer at Abercrombie Kids. Shop in-store, online, or in the app.
Switch to Verizon Business and get more from your internet without paying more for your internet. Get LTE Business Internet starting at $39 a month when paired with select business mobile plans. That's unlimited data, and with it, unlimited possibilities. Start saving today with Verizon Business, ranked #1 in small business internet customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Starting price for 25 megabits per second LTE internet plan with smartphone plan savings, plus taxes, fees, and economic adjustment charge. Terms apply. For J.D. Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for this day.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
Who's going to be this year's Zach Bond or Mekhi Becton? Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is. Cover news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pinpool Podcast Network. You can also find me hosting Trend in the AM Monday through Friday on the STT Sports Network, live 8 a.m. I got today's episode linked below. And guys, we are 77 days, 11 weeks from today, from the kickoff of the 2025 NFL season and the defense of our 2024 Super Bowl championship. And real quick, before we get into it, Jair Alexander, Green Bay Packers cornerback, just signed on Wednesday a 1-year, $6 million contract to go to the Baltimore Ravens, putting to bed the rumors that he might come to Philadelphia. $4 million guaranteed, $2 million in incentives, so it could be up to a $6 million deal. I'm just glad we could put to bed the rumors of Jair Alexander here to Philadelphia with the Eagles. He was never in play. The Eagles are set, in their opinion, at this point with everybody. I've been saying this for a little while now. The Eagles aren't going to bring anybody in at this point. They're going to wait till training camp. They're going to wait to see how Keely Ringo does. They're going to wait till Sidney Brown and Andrew Makuba and their situation plays out. They're going to wait to see what Uche and Ojulari, who we're going to talk about in a minute, how they play out. Jair Alexander was never in the cards. They put a lot of investment in getting Keely Ringo ready for this moment. So that is what is going to happen. So the question of the day is, who's going to be this year's Zach Bond or Mekhi Becton in 11 weeks when this season kicks off? The Eagles have 14 players signed to 1-year prove-it deals already on this team. Now, not all 14 will make the team. There's some fringe guys in these 1-year deals that I'm going to mention. But the Eagles have had a lot of success in recent years. Obviously, Zach Bond becoming an all-pro linebacker and changing Howie Roseman's stance on how to pay or not to pay linebackers, getting the big contract this year. Mekhi Becton went out and got a big 2-year deal from the Chargers, $20 million. Avonte Maddox, a cast-off, who played 33% of defensive snaps last year, was able to get a contract with the Lions this offseason. In years past, Kazir White, Zach Pascal, just to name a few, signed 1-year deals here and got multi-year deals elsewhere after playing under Howie Roseman. So who's going to be that guy this year? So let's run through the list of guys that are signed to 1-year deals. Obviously, Azeez Ojulari and Joshua Uche, the two of those guys. You got a couple tight ends in Kylan Granson and Harrison Bryant. You got wide receiver Terrence Marshall Jr., two cornerbacks in Dory Jackson and Perry Nicholson. You've got Patrick Johnson, Avery Williams, A.J. Dillon, Ben Van Summeren, Kendall Lamb, Matt Pryor, and long snapper Charlie Hewlett, all signed to one-year deals. And obviously, the instant reaction is to go towards Azeez Ojulari and Joshua Uche as the guys that can use this season to turn their careers around and maybe parlay that into bigger contracts with other teams in free agency or long-term deals to stay here in Philadelphia. Obviously, Joshua Uche, we spent a lot of time talking about Ojulari and how he's going to be that guy for the Philadelphia Eagles. But Joshua Uche is a guy that had 11.5 sacks in 2022. So there is a pedigree there as well. And Joshua Uche, not Ojulari, is the guy that everybody has been speaking about coming out of OTAs and off-season workouts. So it's going to be interesting to see. Now, obviously, another name that could parlay something, maybe like an Avonte Maddox, is somebody like a Dory Jackson. If Kelee Ringo can't go, maybe that's the guy there. I don't expect too much from a lot of these other names. A sleeper in my mind is Terrence Marshall Jr., the wide receiver. Obviously, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are the guys here. But that fourth, fifth wide receiver position, after Jahan Dotson, is locked down by Ainias Smith and Johnny Wilson. And I got a poll running on my YouTube page, STT Sports Network, right now, who's going to be a surprise cut. And I got both of those guys listed as potential surprise cuts for the Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll have to see how that goes. But Terrence Marshall is a guy that could steal a roster spot. When I first heard his name signed, I'm like, he'll just be a camp body. But when you really think about it, Johnny Smith and Ainias Smith haven't done anything in their 1 year here and could easily be moved on from. And A.J. Dillon's a guy that could parlay it to a contract with another team in future years if he's healthy, if he can even make the team. Obviously, spelling Saquon Barkley from times and maybe protecting Saquon Barkley a little bit. Maybe A.J. Dillon is a guy that can have a really good season in a backup role here with the Eagles and then parlay it into that next contract next year, with another team, maybe 2 years or something like that. I don't expect too much else from any of the other guys. Maybe Avery Williams in a return role, but he didn't practice this offseason. So I'm not sure what his injury situation is right there. And Charlie Hewlett is a guy that I could see getting a long-term extension from the Eagles eventually if he has a good season. Moving on, we've literally had two long snappers over the last 20-some years here in Philadelphia. If Charlie Hewlett has a good reputation and a good rapport with Brandon Mann and Jake Elliott, maybe he's a guy that'll get an extension as well. One final thing I want to touch on: there was a conversation in a couple articles from beat reporters about Dallas Goedert and obviously signing his contract. And we spent a lot of time this week talking about culture and Jalen Hurts. And Dallas Goedert said in an interview that while he was in these contract negotiations, he wasn't sure how it was going to play out. He didn't know if he'd be back in 2025 with the Eagles. But Jalen Hurts called him and reminded him how important he is to them and to relax and make sure, let it play out. Jalen Hurts, even a guy that might not have been on the team this year, called him and made sure to be a leader to a guy like Dallas Goedert like that. And I think again, another point this week of just saying how great of a leader Jalen Hurts is, and that doesn't get computed when debating who's the best quarterbacks in the league or the best athletes in Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts just calling Dallas Goedert, look, it'll play out. You're important. I want you back. Let's make sure we figure this out somehow. It just goes a long way to keeping the locker room tight and together, unlike other teams in our city, which have fractured locker rooms all the time. Anyway, guys, this is the Eagles Checkdown right here on the Eagles Pinpoll Podcast Network. I'm Phil Stiefel. Check out Trending in the AM live at 8 o'clock. We're talking all these things. 77 days till the Eagles kick off their defense of their Super Bowl championship. Can't wait. 11 weeks from today, we'll be previewing opening night. Eagles, Cowboys. 11 weeks from tonight, I'll have my first record prediction or score prediction for you guys. I can't wait. I'm excited. I know you guys are as well. Everybody have a great Wednesday or Thursday, actually. Go Birds and bubbles up.
After Zoomies at the dog park, it's time for Drive Up at Target. In goes a big bag of kibble and one squeaky chicken toy for the good boy. Drive Up that's ready when you are, only in the Target app. Just tap Target.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
This episode is brought to you by Polestar. There's only one true way to experience the all-electric luxury SUV Polestar 3, and that's to take a test drive. It can go from 0 to 60 in as little as 4.8 seconds with the dynamic handling of a sports car. But to truly understand how it commands the road, you need to be behind the wheel. Up to 350 miles of range, the 3D surround sound system by Bowers & Wilkins. It's all something you have to experience to believe. So book your test drive for Polestar 3 today at Polestar.com.
Have you ever spotted McDonald's hot, crispy fries right as they're being scooped into the carton? And time just stands still. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey, business owners, we know you know the importance of maximizing every dollar. With the Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business American Express card, you can make your expenses work just as hard as you. From afternoon coffee runs to stocking office supplies and even team dinners, you can earn miles on all your business expenses. Plus, you can earn 110,000 bonus miles for a limited time through July 16th. The Delta SkyMiles Reserve Business Card. If you travel, you know. Minimum spending requirements and terms apply. Offer ends 7/16/25.